Okay, so after seeing everything I wanted to see at E3, I decided I'm going to make a list of games I would like to see that weren't at E3, and then I'll list the games that I want that were at E3. Alright, so this first one is actually two, but it's kind of the same. Anyway, F-Zero, which I would say is my third favorite Nintendo series overall, right behind Mario and Pokemon. No, fourth. Mario, Pokemon, Animal Crossing. Now, people, see that I love Captain Falcon. He's probably my second or third favorite Nintendo character of all time overall. Right after Mario and maybe Red. But, I don't know. He might be my second, might be my third. Anyway. And, and I like to play as him in Brawl, but that's actually not why I like him. People say, oh, you like Captain Falcon? Oh, you know what game he's from, right? People will be annoyed like that. Even I will, too, but I'm like, yeah, he's from F-Zero. I have all three F-Zero games. All three of the main series. The three that are good. I have the first two for the Virtual Console, and I have GX for the GameCube. My favorite is probably X or GX. I like them both very much. But, yeah. People are like, they have Captain Falcon, but they don't know what he's from. Well, I do know what he's from. I love F-Zero. It's a great game. It's probably one of the only racing games I actually like. Which brings me into what I want to see. I want to see an F-Zero Wii. And I'm starting to think it's unacceptable that there is no F-Zero Wii, there is no F-Zero Wii planned, and it seems like there never will be an F-Zero Wii. It's frustrating, because, it would work almost exactly the same way Mario Kart did. You could use the Wii wheel, but it would be more hardcore racing. You know what I mean? Use the GameCube controller, or use the nunchuck and the Wii remote. Yeah, Nintendo doesn't seem very open towards this idea, and I don't quite understand why. Maybe it just goes along with Nintendo being douchebags, but, considering that they come out with a new DS every year, so, you really can't trust them, because they're just going to screw you over and release another one, but, that's why I stopped actually buying the Nintendo stuff. Except for Wii, they never really release, a new Wii. There'll be a new color, but because they know no one's going to buy a new Wii because all of their stuff is on it and they can't get it back. But Nintendo has been both restoring my faith and making me lose faith in them. And it's kind of balancing each other out. Leaning towards losing faith. But yeah, F-Zero Wii would be a great game. I would love it. I would love to see an F-Zero Wii. And pretty much any way they want to set that up would work. I'm not going to say what I want to see for it or anything like that. Pretty much anything they want to do with it would be fine. Because I would just like it either way. And I would also like to see an F-Zero DS. That would kind of work the same way Mario Kart DS did. They could wait and release it on the 3DS. F-Zero DS, F-Zero 3DS. That's fine with me. But, yeah, those would be two really good games. F-Zero for the Wii and the DS. I think that, and especially if you go online with both of them, F-Zero's never been able to do that before, and that would just make it ultimate, considering, how many people could be racing. It'd be like Mario Kart, only, more hardcore, and not just like, you curse every time you get hit by a blue shell, because they're not a... So my third or fourth favorite Nintendo character overall of all time, right behind Captain Falcon, would be Fox McCloud. And again, that's because I really like the Star Fox series. Star Fox 64 was one of my main N64 games as a kid, so I already knew who Fox was. And Fox wasn't one of those, games that needed to be revived by Smash Brothers. Metroid, there was no Metroid game for the N64, so that needed to be revived. That was the whole point of putting her in Smash Brothers, is no one really remembered Samus. But pretty much every other Nintendo character people knew who they were. Oh, except for Ness. But Ness never got revived anyway. But anyway, I really want to see a Star Fox for the Wii. I know there was one for the DS. It was okay. I want it to be more like Assault, where, Adventures was a cool concept. Assault, I want it to be more like that, because, sure, the star of the show is usually the flying levels, but the foot levels are my favorite, and I would love to see one like that. I know they're remaking Star Fox 64, but I would really like to see a good new Star Fox game for the Wii. That would make me happy. Now, this is the one where I feel like I know that there's like absolutely no chance of this happening. But what I would really love to see would be a console Pokemon game. Like a sort of like DS. I know it really wouldn't work quite as well, but like basically you could set it up kind of like Coliseum, and you could fuse it like Coliseum and XD and Battle Revolution, where it has a story to it, and you can also just battle your Pokemon on the Wii. Not like Battle Revolution, that was awful, but transfer your Pokemon onto and off of it. Get a choice of a starter Pokemon. That would be kind of cool, because especially being a Pokemon maniac, I mean, there really isn't much to Pokemon. I mean, you have the main games for the DS, you get that, you play through it, and you're done. And then you have side things, especially for the WiiWare, it has like Pokemon Rumble and Pokemon Ranch, which neither one of them are very good. And then you have like those games that were based on the show, like Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Puzzle League. And then you have Battle Revolution, and then you have like Coliseum. But Pokemon really gets shafted when it comes to these things. And I would really like to see a good Pokemon game on the console. What you could do is you could utilize the fact that the Wii can handle so much more. It would just be a really cool concept, Like Yoda, Kanto, Johto, Sinnoh, and Hoenn. That would be kind of cool. Or you could pick to start out in one, and then you could go online and meet other trainers, other real trainers, and, battle with them instead of just pre-made computers. Like, and then you could have, like, red version for the Wii or something, I don't know, blue version, But it would be a pretty cool concept, at least I think so anyway, and I found this picture for it. Now I'm on to the games I would want to get this year. Not all of them were at E3 because some of them were released before. So without further ado, here we go. Obviously, I already explained I wanted The Sims 3, and obviously I want this one, Mario Galaxy 2. You should be able to figure that one out, so I'm not going into detail about it. Okay, this is my game here, Green Day Rock Band. I probably actually want this more than Mario Galaxy 2. The reason why is because I'm assuming Mario Galaxy 2 is basically going to be the same game, only harder. I don't like harder. Anyway, Green Day Rock Band's going to have all the songs I know. It has the entire Dookie album, and has the entire, the other two albums it has completely suck, but, and then it has all the good songs from, their older albums, and yay! Alright, so I found out about this game a few months ago. And I saw it and I really, really wanted it. But I doubted we were getting it because I thought it was a WiiWare title for one thing, which upsets me because it would have been like $15 and now it's going to be like $50. But anyway, it was in Japan, got released in Japan almost a year ago, and it's getting released in Europe around this month or next month. And I was upset because I didn't think we were getting it. Well, at E3, it turns out we are getting it, just not until December. But this is another one of those things where I really want to punch the president of Nintendo in the face because he's just a complete jerk. And, they do this on purpose, right? They really do make us wait a really long time to get anything after them. Like, that's why in Pokemon, they're going to get White and Black version this November, and we're not going to get it till March. And I can almost guarantee you Europe's going to get it in around January. I mean, you guys are just... I can't even say it. It's too bad of a word. But, yeah. This is probably the closest thing we'll get to a decent console game. I know it's cute and cuddly, but I like the cute and cuddly. I want this game more than anything this year.